The Confederate statue on the circle received damage this weekend from an intense car crash.
NewsWatch will bring you to the site of the accident coming up soon.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Jayla Whitfield.
And I'm Alexandra Morris.
The Confederate statue on the circle on campus was hit hard this weekend from a car accident involving alcohol.
NewsWatch reporter Brianna Bynum is live on the circle to tell us more. Brianna?
That's right. This is the Confederate statue that was hit Saturday evening, and as you can see, it does have some damage at the bottom, and it has been blocked off to ensure the safety of those on campus.
While walking through the circle on campus, many have taken double takes as they pass the site where the Confederate statue stands. This comes after an alleged drunk driver ran into the statue late Saturday evening, causing damage to the base of it. The University Police Department says they have no reason to believe the act was intentional, but some Ole Miss students think otherwise.
I think it was intentional because if you're going like 60 miles down this road per hour, and you slam into that and you're drunk, I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
Someone probably got a little butt hurt and ran into the statue.
Cooner says if intentional, he wishes the statue would be left alone and says it causes no harm.
I don't see a reason to really mess with the landmarks around here because it's just there to like remind us of what all happened. It's just a statue. I mean, it's not going to hurt anyone else. I mean, maybe the past it might have hurt people, but we're in today, so we got to live in today.
Among onlookers was Professor Donald Cole, a member of the Chancellor's Advisory Committee that helped get a contextualization plaque in front of the statue.
I was wondering whether or not it was something that was to deface that part, or was something to deface the monument itself, and so I think we'll probably just have to wait and kind of determine a few things, so I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Professor Cole hopes the damage done to the statue doesn't cause harm to those on campus and cause the incident unfortunate.
I'm also concerned is the stability of the statue itself, to me. We certainly don't want it to fall and hurt anybody. I don't know much about the incident, still kind of finding out. I want to look at the police report and whatnot. But it's
now the university
unfortunate.
Confirms that the driver involved is not affiliated with the campus. He's not a student or an employee, and he has been charged with driving under the influence. Reporting in the circle, Brianna Bynum, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss Rebels had a rough loss to California Berkeley this past weekend, and our very own Colin Rivero is in the studio to tell us what head coach Matt Luke had to say about it. Colin?
Thanks, Jayla. Matt Luke held his press conference earlier today, and with a bye week coming up, he's looking to take the positives from this weekend. Here's what Ole Miss head coach had to say about what impressed him most this past game.
So I was pleased with their effort. They were flying around. They were giving great effort. I thought we tackled better. So there's a lot of good things to build off of. There's a couple things with our alignment and a couple not getting lined up a couple times that we could be better. But I think it's definitely something to build off of. So I think it was obvious to see that, and I think it's something to build off of moving forward.
Stay tuned later on in the show about what key injuries the football team has and how long it will take for them to all recover. Back to you at the desk, Alexandra.
Thanks, Colin. You could soon become an Ole Miss land shark. Associated Student Body President Dion Kevin III announced a campus-wide vote to change the Black Bear mascot to the land shark.
The mascot change is a very detrimental part to the identity of Ole Miss. In this opportunity, we have a chance to one more shot at the one thing that means a lot to not only the students, but to the student veterans.
A few years ago, my mom worked here in publications, and she was part of the movement, I guess, to change the mascot to something new. Somehow they came up with the black bear, and I'm not really sure how that happened because I don't think it was the best choice.
I actually have family that went to school here when they changed the mascot to the black bear, and it was the stupidest thing. It was so pointless, it seemed like, because after it happened, people thought it might catch on, and then it never did. Being the black bears is really, it's not even a true statement to even say. It was really just because of the controversial issue with the Rebel being our mascot, and now I think that Ole Miss really has picked up the land shark.
Kevin supports the change and hopes the rest of the campus will too. Voting on the new mascot will take place on September 26th. The University of Mississippi Police Department received a report of sexual battery on Saturday. The incident occurred near Pool and West Drives. Police have not released any more information. However, they encourage students to not walk alone at night and to take necessary precautions such as downloading the Live Safe app. Oxford Police also have the new Safe Site tent set up on the square across from Funky's, where officers will provide help with a ride home, an escort to your car, or any other assistance getting home. UPD also provides the escort at any time of the day. Just call 662-915-7234.
An investigation is underway of an Oxford High School teacher. According to the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department, they received a call on September 11th from the Department of Human Services hotline that a teacher had been having sex with a student. Physics teacher James Rady has been arrested and charged with sexual battery. Chief Investigator Alan Wilburn says they started an investigation and the victim has been cooperating with authorities. The relationship was outside of Lafayette County city limits and started over a year ago when she was 16. Rady has worked at Oxford High for 24 years and has also been inducted into the Star Teacher Hall of Fame in Mississippi. His bond has been set for $25,000. Oxford will soon decide on a proposed $38 million bond to build a new elementary school and provide renovations to others. The decision will be made on September 26th, and the cost to taxpayers is expected to be small.
Well, that amount of money will allow us to build a new elementary school, build a new performing arts building and fine arts building at Oxford High School, and a number of other different renovations in the other three schools. A new elementary school will provide for growth. We're currently out of space at Oxford Elementary, and then renovations at Oxford Intermediate School, renovations at Oxford Middle School, and then of course renovations and additions at Oxford High School.
Expansion in the Oxford School District is a necessity since Oxford Elementary is filled. The new school would be located at the intersection of Washington Avenue and North 5th Street. Voting will be held at the Oxford Conference Center from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on September 26th.
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention will hold their second Out of the Darkness walk. Committee member Maggie Crouch says that all funds raised will go to the AFSP to invest in new research, create educational programs, advocate for public policy, and support survivors of suicide loss. Last year, they raised over $10,000, and this year they are looking to double that. It is free to sign up for the walk, which will take place on October 15th at 2 p.m. in front of the Lyceum. Though the psychedelic 60s are long in the past, bands such as the Grateful Dead still hold influence over the young musicians today. NewsWatch reporter Garrett Shearman introduces us to musician and Ole Miss journalism student Andrew Long and kicks off our week of the Mississippi Made series.
I can actually remember the first time I heard the Grateful Dead. I was 8 years old on Highway 82 in Greenwood, Mississippi, passing a Shell Go. And my dad said, if I ever hear you listening to this, I'm going to beat your ass, because I know you're doing drugs. Blues, to me, is the roots of all rock and roll. Because if you go back and just trace back the Rolling Stones, I mean, they listened to Muddy Waters and John Hurt and plenty of other players that you hear in their music. I wouldn't say I'm a blues musician because I'm not an expert. I'm not like the best at playing it. I wouldn't call that. I'll just say musician. If I could create any kind of music, I'd really want to get into alternative rock mixed with some kind of like influence from like Pink Floyd and the Yardbirds, and especially like Jimmy Page from back in the day. Music's a huge role in my life. It's helped me through the best of times, also the worst of times. My thing is, whenever you can't say things that you want to say, music is always there.
Coming up, President Trump makes his UN debut.
And a fatal shooting at Georgia Tech University. We'll have that and more. But first, Annabeth Polakovich has your first look at current conditions.
Thanks, guys. This week we're going to be seeing some warmer temperatures as well as some thunderstorms in the middle of the week and an overall cloudy week ahead. Looking at right now's radar, we're going to be seeing some storms moving into the area, and up next on Storm Walks, I'll let y'all know when exactly that will arrive.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
President Trump is accusing the United Nations of mismanagement and bureaucracy. During his first appearance at the UN, a meeting on reforming the institution, he said that it has not reached its full potential. Trump also said no country should shoulder too much burden.
To honor the people of our nations, we must ensure that no one and no member state shoulders a disproportionate share of the burden, and that's militarily or financially.
President Trump will be speaking to the General Assembly Tuesday. His schedule at the UN this week includes several one-on-one talks with foreign counterparts to discuss topics ranging from North Korea to climate change. But Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has mandated the State Department reduce its footprint at the General Assembly this year, part of a broader effort to streamline the agency's activities. Georgia Tech University's Pride Alliance president Scout Schultz was shot and killed by the police on Saturday night. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, a 911 call was made to report a person with a knife and a gun in a parking lot outside of the dorms. A video shows 4 officers surrounding the student as Schultz makes steps towards an officer before being shot. The Bureau confirmed that Schultz was armed with a knife but no gun. Schultz was shot once and died early Sunday at an Atlanta hospital.
British authorities are on a manhunt for the Friday bombing of a train at Parsons Green Station in London. On Saturday, police arrested an 18-year-old suspect on suspicion of being concerned in the commission, preparation, or instigation of acts of terrorism. Later that day, they made another arrest of a 21-year-old man under Section 41 of the Terrorism Act. Both suspects remain in custody as police continue the search. It was just weeks ago that islands in the Atlantic Ocean were hit by Hurricane Irma. Now evacuation orders have been issued for parts of Puerto Rico as Hurricane Maria moves up the Atlantic Ocean. Hurricane Maria is supposed to intensify from a Category 3 hurricane to a Category 4 storm with winds of 150 miles per hour. The island is expected to get between 12 and 18 inches of rain starting tomorrow. Over 450 shelters have opened up today as they prepare for another hit.
The temperatures were up today, and I think we all felt the heat.
I agree. It was really hot. Will cooler temperatures arrive in the time for the start of fall? Annabeth Polakovich will have your extended forecast coming up next on Stormwatch.
communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Good evening, Oxford. Right now we are looking at a current temperature of 86 degrees, partly cloudy, not a lot of wind, but there might be a little rain later on tonight. Now, looking at the radar we have right now, you can see that there are some storms moving into the area, but those won't hit until tomorrow. Tomorrow's temperatures, we'll be looking at 84 degrees in Oxford, 86 in Holly Springs, 85 in Corinth, a little cooler in South Haven, and 89 in Tupelo. Tomorrow's temperatures in Holly Springs will be 86 as well as 86 in Oxford, 87 in South Haven, 88 in Corinth, and 87 in Tupelo. Now for tonight's forecast, it's going to get a little bit cooler with the possibility of thunderstorms, but a comfortable temperature of 68 degrees. But winds will be light and variable with a small chance of precipitation. Going into tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be very warm again tomorrow. A little bit of clouds, but the chance of rain will jump up to 50%, so you may want to bring a rain jacket if you're going out. Looking into the rest of the week, you'll see that the temperatures will still be very warm, and the chance of rain will jump up as the week moves along. There will be a 40% chance of rain on Wednesday, and on Friday there will be a 60% chance of rain. Going into Saturday, a 50% chance of rain. So if you're out and about, you may want to bring a rain jacket with you.
So, Annabeth, it looks like today was our only nice day of weather.
Pretty much. It's going to get pretty stormy later on this week. So, if you're out and about, definitely bring that umbrella with you.
That's really unfortunate, you know, with rush week, the girls and boys are going to be standing in the rain.
Well, I'm just glad I have my sunglasses today. I'll be sure to bring my rain boots for the rest of the week.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Annabeth. Alrighty, well, up next, we'll see what major playmakers were injured this weekend in the past game.
Our sports director, Colin Rivera, will have that and more after the break.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it. It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, Visit discovertheforest.org.
How's it? Welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Colin Rivera. There were injuries to major players this weekend. Here's what Matt Luke had to say about the extent of all those injuries. So, sorry for those technical difficulties, but A.J. Brown has a sprained MCL, so it's going to be about 1 to 2 weeks for recovery there. And then Sean Darlings also has an injury where he's going to have to get his ankle surgery to recover. So expect those guys to come back, I would say, no later than a month. So give or take, we'll see how this bye week does for both of those guys. And so give those guys leeway as they prepare for the Alabama game that is less than 2 weeks. As for the Ole Miss football highlights, I'm sorry, folks, we don't have them. Unfortunately, athletics did not provide them to the media because we lost. I guess losses don't exist in their world. But no worries, we have Atlanta Falcons facing off against the Green Bay Packers in the brand new Mercedes Dome. Let's break down the primetime game from last night. We're going to start off here with the Atlanta Falcons getting a run from Devonta Monster Freeman. That would put up the Dirty Birds 7-0. And look at this shot. He's got to work on that. That looks like Shaq making a free throw. I mean, you work on the fadeaway, man. But the Packers would respond. And this is about the only thing that would go their way as Ty Montgomery would run it in to tie it up. But Matt Ryan and Devonta Freeman once again would respond, putting them up 14-7. And then Aaron Rodgers for my fantasy team, man, you're killing me. Picks it off right there, and just like that, my fantasy team had to make some comebacks in the fourth quarter. They would, so it was all good. As you see here, the Falcons would capitalize on that interception with a Coleman touchdown. And then Aaron Rodgers, once again, my fantasy team, getting killed because of these plays, as the Falcons would pick this up, return it for a touchdown, and ultimately the Falcons would win 34-23, as the Packers just looked really, really bad that game. As for the play of the weekend, let's head into the Mile High Stadium where the cornerback Aqib Talib had a surprise for us. Dak Prescott would roll back and throw a pick, but it wasn't just Aqib Talib who would run it back. It would be a 103-yard return. I mean, look, Cole Beasley tries, the O-line tries, but look at Dak. He's like, yeah, whatever. But look at that. He's walking. Aqib Talib is walking into the end zone, and Dak didn't even try. Come on, man. As for sports here back in Oxford, the Rebels will be playing Alabama at 8 p.m. for a primetime game, so be sure to put that on your calendars. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Colin. Mississippi natives this week spoke with our own Courtney Cam for this week's edition of Rebs and Celebs.
We'll have that coming up next. We'll be right back.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us. All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
have Damien and Kyle from The Weeks.
Hi.
Hello. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
You are back in Oxford, back in Mississippi.
That's right.
Mississippi boys over here.
That's right.
When you guys get to come back here and perform like in your home state, is that something you guys look forward to? Is that exciting?
Oh yeah, we always look forward to it.
Do you guys see a lot of familiar faces at your shows in Mississippi?
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely see people that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
They'll just like come out of the woodwork.
It's like high school
Hey
reunion.
buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I almost completely forgot about you, but here you are.
Did you guys think way back when you guys were younger and like playing in your garage that this would all end up the way it has and you guys have been touring and putting out albums?
No.
Not
really.
Back then we were just kind of doing it to have something to do on after school.
Something to do on weekends.
Yeah. But no, I mean
It was a
now
hobby.
it's definitely turned into something much bigger.
If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Probably bagging groceries or something.
Yeah.
Something fun.
Yeah, I'm probably not good at a whole lot else.
Well, you guys are super talented, so how about you just keep doing this?
yeah.
And,
we'll
like,
try
make
to.
the rest of us happy?
That's the plan. That's the plan for now.
I read somewhere that you guys got a lot of your inspiration from this album, from traveling and being on tour and that kind of thing. Which song has the best story behind it?
Sevens is a song that we did that I feel like the story behind it is really, I mean, to me was personally one that I really enjoyed. And
I feel like whatever mood you're in, it's like one of those albums that you can listen to.
That's right.
Is that what you were going for?
That was the point. Exactly. You just nailed it on the head.
Nail on the head. Awesome. You guys get sick of each other?
Sometimes. I mean,
But yeah, honestly.
We get sick of them.
I don't know what's next to you right now.
We get sick of them until we're away from each other for like a day, and then I'm like, I wonder what he's doing.
I wonder what he's doing
right now. I'll text him.
It's like staring at the phone, like, I hope it rings today.
Yeah, hey, you up? Like, that's I do those a lot.
Exactly.
That's so cute. You started thinking about what's next? Or are you just kind of enjoying this album? And
We have definitely started to think about what's next. We'll be doing it soon, hopefully. We don't like to
by the end of this year, and hopefully get into the studio early next year.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting. Something to look forward to. So, last question. I need your favorite and least favorite thing about being on tour.
So I do a lot of really dumb stuff with my best friends every day, so that's always cool. But I'll second band smells being bad, though.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank y'all.
Come out and check out The Weeks. They are touring around. You never know where they're going to be. Damien and Kyle got to hang out with us tonight. So, see you next time.
Yeah.
Back in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Till next time.
After that interview, The Week seems like it was a great concert. Did you end up going?
I did not, unfortunately, but after that interview, I wish I would have.
Oh, we got to catch it next time. We can go together.
Okay.
So, what about weather this weekend?
So it looks like Friday and Saturday will be the worst chances of thunderstorms. So if you are going out on the town, make sure to bring a rain jacket or just stay inside. But on Sunday, it should be clearing up. So hopefully into next week, we'll have a bit better weather after this week of rain.
Well, good thing there's no football game. We got a bye week. But, Sunday, it will be nice for bid day, I guess.
Absolutely. That's
I'll
very
be out
lucky.
Sunday having a great time. So that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Be sure to catch us again on air at 5 and on NewsWatchOleMiss.com. I'm Jayla Whitfield.
And I'm Alexandra Morris. Thank you and good night.